I'm conking out. I'm conking out. Right, last 2 times I was out in the Daytona, conked out on me. One time completely, stopped by the side of the road, and the other time on the dual carriageway where I thought I was going to have to pull over, but it kind of got past it. So I think I have 1 or 2 problems. Either the well-known crankcase position sensor, and I have to thank Dominic for lending me one of his used ones, which he knew was in a good condition when he took it off. Or I have new fuel lines on there, and I've had this tank on and off so many times because these bloody carbs have been off so many times. I've kinked the fuel lines. So I've got new Triumph fuel lines. So this fuel line, I can see all this. This is in great nick, so that's okay. I'm gonna have to lift this tank a bit to check out the other fuel line, but I'm suspecting that it's the vacuum. So what I'm gonna try and do is get out in this today, see if I can check out this vacuum pipe, see if I've misrouted it somehow. And if I think it's misrouted, go out and go for a blast, see if it starts conking out on me. If it doesn't conk out on me again, and I do find something with the fuel line, then I won't be needing this. But if it continues, that's my next step. So let's see, get this tank up. Right, that's my right-hand fuel line. Going down here, that seems to be okay to the back of the fuel tap. This is my vacuum, which is definitely nicely attached on the top of the carb there. I wonder if this is getting pinched somehow when this is going down. Should that be on top of the airbox instead? Let's try and reroute that to go across here instead of down here. Maybe when the tank's coming down, it's somehow getting pinched on the top of the airbox. Let's check it out. Okay, I've moved this fuel line on top of the airbox. I had it going down underneath the frame and behind the airbox down here. But this front one's fine, that's obvious. So this one on top of the airbox is great. The vacuum, I was sure when I took this apart, the vacuum went through there. And it seems to be free. Yeah, it's free enough. Now, I bought the refurb kit for this and redid it. With the manual test, I could put a light, I could just suck on the vacuum tube and open and close this. Nothing comes out unless I put it on prime. If I put it on prime, the fuel flows well. So I wonder what those connectors are. Maybe something off a trophy model, petrol gauge or something maybe, don't know. I know that one's for the petrol tank. To here, so that's the low warning, oh yeah, fuel level light. Put that back in. So yeah, well, I just put the tank down. Yeah, that fuel cable definitely didn't go above the air filter because it got kinked on the tap. So I'm kind of back to where I was. I've rerouted them a bit. Let's see if I can go out for a spin and recreate the problem. Right, let's see if I can conk out the Daytona. So I've had the tank up, reroute the fuel lines, specifically the vacuum line. The last 2 times out on this, as I've said, I've conked out. Is it fuel lines, or is it the crankcase position sensor warming up and failing? I thought it's the fuel line, but we'll see. It's running well now, getting up to temperature. Yeah, I've got some switch gear to pick up from Dublin Triumph, so maybe I'll go there. That's the central journey, and it's only down the road. Oh, I love this bike with its new wheel suspension. And its high, old man friendly LSL Superbar kit. Right, this is running well at the moment. Sixth gear, 5,000 revs, indicated 80, probably doing 70. That's fine, I'm on a motorway. It's a lot noisier. It's a lot noisier. No, what's keeping away? It's a lot bloody noisier in this helmet than the Tiger. Something's beeping away in my ear, my Cardo, I think. So far so good. But then the bike at these speeds, they always tend to sit there, right at the low end. This bike's always done that, even when I had this new in 95. It would sit right at the low end of the cool range while you're doing some speed. This drops back down at 80 here, and the cops are very sharp doing the speed limit on this section of road. So I'll keep my license clean. Well, the fueling on this bike is absolutely lovely. Of course, there's 4 carbs, and the carbs are set up right. And these could probably do with a little bit of balance maybe, but when the carbs are set up right, this thing is so sweet around town. Of course, no Euro regs. None whatsoever. There's Dublin Triumph, good lads here. Well, I'm down Dublin Triumph, and okay, a couple of rockets there, lovely. But this, I've just sat on this Trident, it's fucking lovely. It's absolutely shitting lovely. It looks $1 million. Great tyres. This would be a wonderful bike to go out for a Sunday blast. Simple, no adjustment anywhere. Rear preload, that's your lot. You don't need a wheelie exhaust like the one over there. Alright, that's lovely. Right, I'm 6 foot, short in the leg dog, 29-inch leg. That's lovely, that fits lovely, lovely reach. Not too hard on the hips. I think fuck for that. Not too hard on the hips. What a wonderful bike. Tiger Rally in black. Silver painted subframe. That looks better. That looks better than the GT range. Nice paint job on those. A couple of rockets. Oh look, this Ducati V4S. It's a fucking weapon. It is a weapon. I believe it does about 35 miles per gallon. But it looks $1 million. $1 million in the flesh. And a 4-year warranty. And I think it's no valve service till 60,000 miles. That says a lot. Fantastic bike. Spoilt for choice. These look like bag holders. Looks like it's got a quick shifter on it there. Nice. Right, I got my spares. I got my switch gear. My doomed switch gear adventure, which I broke. I broke my own switch gear. Oh, that's lovely. Right, trusty steed. Well, it didn't break down on the way over. Right, I'm going to go slower way home, try and get the temperature of this bike up, see if I can get this crank position sensor to warm up and fail on me. Right, temperature of the bike creeping up a bit the slower I'm going, so let's keep it down here. I really must get some LED bulbs for those indicators and that neutral light. Come on. Actually no, this is a grand being stopped to these lights. I'm cooking the bike quite nicely. Fingers crossed I've solved my little problem. Just user error maybe. I think we'll have to take it out 1 or 2 more times. I'll have to use it a little bit more often to commute to work. Oh, I love this bike. I tell you, oh god, I'd love one of those Tridents for a knock-around bike. But I've already got my CB1100 for a knock-around bike. You can never have enough bikes. Let's go down the carriageway. My card said not available, but I don't remember asking for anything. I think I must be pocket dialing my phone in my pocket. Oh, here we go. Bike's failing. Yeah, bike's going. Well, I'm back again. Now, I seem to be back again. I'm going to have to come off the dual carriageway because I think I'm cooling my bike down again. I'm going to have to get the bike temperature back up again. In fact, what I think I'll do is I'll park up and get this thing nice and toasty. Oh, it's going. It's going. Yeah, it's gone bad. You can hear it. Now, I'm just going to go to prime, just in case it's something to do with fuel. I'm not firing on 4 cylinders. It can't be the bloody carbs again. Jeez, I've had them off 3 times. Oh, it's in bad shape. It's in bad shape. I keep pocket dialing somebody. I've got to... Yeah, I'm pocket dialing someone with my phone. You can hear this. Yeah, it's in bad shape. Oh, I've got to limp back. Trouble is, I'm about 5 or 10 kilometres away. Oh, that's going okay again now. Is that because it's cooled off, or because yeah, I'm not convinced this is fuel now. Right, I've got to try and take some back roads. That's accelerating, but it's not accelerating well. It can't be friggin'. No, you'd think this thing would either conk out or not. Now, that's ticking over nicely there now. Weird shit, man. Right, running perfectly fine again now. Is it because I'm on prime? Jesus, I don't know. So I just can't think this is the crankshaft position sensor, because I think it either get hot and start not working completely or not, but this fault seems to be intermittent. I have new plugs, new plug leads, new coils, new fuel lines, new air filter. No oil, good compression, valve clearance is done. Like when it's running, it runs really, really well. When it starts playing up like this, it's something else. So I'm going to go back off prime again now. I think this test is going to be inconclusive, so I'm going to have to fit my spare crankcase position sensor and see if I can recreate the fault. But it's taken a good while to get this fault up. You know, it's taken 20 minutes on the road, well 15 minutes on the road onto the Triumph dealer and just a few minutes away from it. Now look, it's ticking over beautifully again now. Look at that temperature there though. I might find somewhere nice to stop and get the temperature back up again. But don't you hate intermittent faults? And there wasn't a lot of fuel demand when that started conking out back there. Either that, or I bought the refurb fuel tap kit and refurbed the fuel tap, and I've made a pig's ear of that. So I think what I do for the next test then is replace the crankcase position sensor. If I still get this problem, then rather than use the tap refurb kit, just buy a complete new tap. And yeah, that doesn't sound healthy. No, that's misfiring. I'm going to go back onto prime just in case. That's it, I don't want to break down here. It's quite nerve-wracking actually, isn't it, in the middle of traffic, knowing whether you're going to make it or not. I'm not going to park at the front of the queue of this traffic there now. Yeah, that's funny. The front master brake cylinder on the Trident looks identical to my brake cylinder on my Daytona. Identical. Now I'm up to half temperature on the gauge. No, I seem to be okay again. Flipping heck. I'm flummoxed. I'm flummoxed. That's pulling normally. So it's running good now, and the engine is real hot. Geez, you're an awful moan, aren't you? Right, I'm going back off prime. Got a little bit of motorway, dual carriageway motorway coming up here. So another test, another fuel test really. Pulling like a train. Mind you, I know I'm not using the pilot jets there, but they're spotless. That doesn't seem to be pulling that hard really. Yeah, it's going on me. I can feel it going. It's not getting enough fuel by the feel of it. Back over to prime. I'm conking out. I'm conking out. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Bonkers. Bastards. That's nice to break down on a motorway. It's not firing very well. Jesus, it sounds like a single cylinder. We're backing away! Yeah, inconclusive. But if you were to ask me, I'd say fuel. So, have I made a balls of the tap refurb? I didn't think so, because I tested it and I just sucked on the vacuum tube and it seemed to be letting the fuel go down. But maybe I have. And maybe for the price of the tap, just bloody replace the tap. It's a good job I've got a newish battery, because I don't want to be cranking this thing over like mad and mucking up the sprag. It's either an amazing coincidence or fuck it, I must have mucked up that fuel tap. Let's go back off prime. My fuel tap's good. I've replaced the crappy plastic one with a nice aluminium one from Sprint, so the tap works. Right, you little shit. Fuel or crank position sensor? Fuel. It's got to be fuel. It's got to be fuel. Mind you, I'm in a normal on position there now. Fuck it, I'm going to replace the fuel tap.